Hello again, welcome to my channel. I am MK and I hope you're subscribed so that you do not miss out on any new videos. Please click on the subscribe button to follow along. Today's topic we will be exploring why experienced workers still have accidents. Now, a common assumption is that experience eliminates mistakes. In reality, experience reduces some risks while creating others. And it does this in about four practical ways. And one of it is what I would call the automation of expertise. Mm, so, as people gain experience, many tasks become automatic. I mean, this is the brain's way of allowing experts to perform efficiently without consciously thinking through every single step of the way. And this automatic behavior can sometimes create vulnerabilities. Um, so, for example, you have a factory worker that has been operating an equipment for several hundreds of hours, or you have workers that you've trained in a company, or you are a worker yourself and you've done things repeatedly so that they become second nature. For example, if I tell you to touch your ear, you do not have to go through like this to get it. You just automatically know that your ear is here. So that is what happens when you've done things repeatedly over time. They become routine. And then because the brain seeks efficiency, it pays less conscious attention to more familiar risks. Now, this phenomenon can lead to slips and lapses. By slips and lapses, I mean you know exactly what you want to do, but you unintentionally perform the wrong action or you skip a step. Another way that we can this can happen is through what you would call the problem of overconfidence. You know, every good worker, every person who's good at their craft is confident. Confidence can gradually evolve into overconfidence, where you've completed a task so many times that you no longer stop for safety checks. I come into a house, I am familiar with my house, I jump into my bed. I no longer check the vents, I do not check the windows, I do not check the cracks. I don't check anything. I am overconfident. And the third thing is what uh, a sociologist called normalization of deviance. And this happens when there is uh, no punishments for skipping steps. For example, a worker violates a rule, doesn't use a helmet, no consequences, and then that continues. Nothing happened, nothing went wrong. And after some time, it becomes a culture of that company that people do not use helmets. This can happen so many times before a real incident or accident occurs. And then lastly, we will talk about fatigue and cognitive limits because we are all humans and this is biology. Fatigue will happen. Fatigue reduces attention, it slows reaction time, it impairs decision making, and increases the likelihood of errors. And this doesn't matter if you are experienced as a worker or not. Experienced workers are not immune to fatigue. And then the brain is also not designed to maintain peak attention, for an indefinite period of time. And so if you're sleep deprived, if you're taking extended shifts, chronic stress, this will all contribute to the fatigue regardless of your experience level. These are some of the reasons why humans make mistakes at work.